The same question. Let
No, no.
Reshma. Let Reshma do it. Let's do this.
Okay.
Let's start with this question. Reshma,
Uh,
solve it. Unmute yourself and solve it.
Sorry, I was on mute. So I'll read the question first. So a project manager implemented an approved change to manage a risk. 3 months after the implemented change, the project manager learns that the change did not produce the desired result, instead producing negative consequences. How can the project manager avoid this problem on future projects? So the options are option A, update the probability and impact metrics after assessing any new risk. B, revisit or change existing assumptions after reviewing the assumption log. C, update the lessons register with the risk information. D, update the list on the risk register with the risk. So if I just go through, the options. A, I'll just keep for the time being. B, revisit or change existing assumptions after I'll eliminate it. And the risk register list on the. I'll keep A and C for the time being. And if I compare A and C, I think C is the right option.
C is the right option. Okay. Anyone else want to put some insight into it? Anyone has a different opinion from this question? Amrit, Alagu, Monas, Nawab, Anthony, Umair, Asad. Asad, do you agree to that? Asad,
I'm
do
here.
you?
Right. So
Mhm,
I'm looking for in the choices. I think I
mhm,
see it trying to identify the terms that don't seem familiar based on PMI's principles.
mhm.
C is the only thing that I'm seeing here that
Okay,
jives with this question.
okay. Fiza, do you agree to that?
um, sir, actually, I'm going through the question right now. Just my kid was disturbing. Give me a second, and I will let you know.
Okay. Minaha, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's C as well. I agree. Because they're asking about future projects.
Okay, so everyone is wrong. That's the beauty of this question. Why do you think I asked Martina to stay at that question? Okay, now this is the beauty of the question. It's Let's break down the question. And by the way, if you put the question on ChatGPT, it will also say C.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this question. That's why I say we need to slow down and understand the question. Let's digest the question into parts. How can the project manager avoid this problem on future project? Now there are two keywords here. First keyword is avoid. Now, if you're a PMP, uh, certified PMP or even studying for PMP, when you see the word avoid, you think it's the risk response strategy. It's not. Even it is this problem on future projects. It Now what has happened? A project manager implemented a proof change to manage a risk. There was a change. We need to manage this change to handle it. Okay, change was there. He managed it. 3 months after the implemented change, now you have implemented the change. Project manager learns that the change did not produce desired result. Okay, so there was something desired, it did not produce the desired result. Instead, it produced negative consequences. Okay, it gave us something that negatively impacted the project. Right? Everyone is on me with me, like how this question is putting into that. Everyone understand this part, like what we have put into this problem. It should not have that problem. What happened? Okay, let's take a step back. What happened when you implement a risk? As a result, there's a risk. You implement a risk response. What is the next thing you should have done?
Risk register.
No, 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 no. You implement a risk response. After implementing a risk response, immediately we do something. What do we do?
To evaluate the risk and see whether if we have a
Reevaluate.
testable.
Yeah, we reevaluate the risk. Yes, Nawab, risk assessment. We reevaluate the risk for two things. What are the two things that we need to look for it? Guys, I need you. You are sleeping here. I know I was on holidays for 10 days. That does not mean you should sleep now. So what were the two things we do when we implement a risk response? After we do risk reassessment and we get two things when a risk is implemented. What are those two things?
Probability and impact?
No,
No?
we have when you implement a risk response. Okay. For example, I took Panadol. I was having a headache. I was having headache today. I took a Panadol. Now, after having Panadol, I start getting problem in a stomach. I'm just giving an example. Yes, Alago, thank you. We need to check for residual and secondary risk. That is the job that we should do. What he should have done and what he should do for future project, he should reassess the risk with that. Reshma, now unmute yourself. Now tell me what is the answer.
List.
Confused?
Mm,
Let's eliminate. Revisit or change existing assumption. B for sure is not the answer. Can
yeah,
I say
it's
that?
not. Yes,
Okay.
it's not the
Martina,
answer.
can I write on your board?
Yes, Amar, you
Because
can.
when someone write on my board, I get very frustrated.
No, it's okay.
Okay. So B is eliminated. Update the lesson learned register with the risk information. Lesson learned has nothing to do here. We are looking what the mistake that we should avoid. Okay. So in the future project, when this again risk happen tomorrow or in the next project, when I am in the next project, how I make sure I don't do this mistake? This is not the answer. Okay. Now we are left with option A and D. Right, Reshma?
Yeah.
Alagu said A. Alagu, you said A, right?
Yes.
Why?
Because there they are assessing if there's any new risk. The last
Secondary or the residual.
last few words is
Do
like
we
evaluating.
update the matrix? We never update the matrix. What do we update?
Risk register.
So,
Registered. Okay.
Alagu, do you see risk register anywhere in the option?
Yeah, D.
You guys went through all the options. Okay, Reshma, clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Martina, clear?
Yes, Amar.
Okay. Yes, I'm here. Let's discuss this thing one by one. Ji, Umair, let's go with.
So I'll move on to the next. Okay.
No. Stay here. These people, this is a difficult question because in this question, you need to follow the entire 7-step formula. Normally, in one question, find one keyword, you ran away. Not here. Go ahead. Yes, Umair.
So यहाँ पे what they're saying is
English.
how to avoid this problem in a future projects. So for future projects, the concept I grasped was that you always go back to the learned register to refer for the projects because
I
that is
agree with
where
you. I agree with you, but the mistake was not identified. The problem here is he did not identify the mistake. Okay, he did not
Mhm.
identify the mistake. He should have
Okay.
identified the mistake. The mistake was he did not look at the residual risk. He did not do that. If you follow the open your PMP booklet. Open your PMP booklet right now. By the way, Umair, someone coming from Saudi, Pakistan, do let me know. I want PMP checklist also to be delivered. Okay? Anyone who's
Okay.
in Saudi Arabia, do let me know. Or in UAE, I will be sending some books. Okay? So if you go to that, everyone open the page number where the issue, how to handle an issue is written. Step number 1, Something unexpected has happened that was not planned. It should be recorded in issue log. Conduct a root cause analysis why the issue was not identified. So now this problem was not identified. It has become an issue. Everyone agrees to that? Umair sir,
Yes,
do you agree to that? We should have done the root cause why it was
yes, I
not.
agree.
Okay,
I
so
agree.
that's how we should have resolved it. Ji Nawab sir. You have a name of my grandfather, Nawabdi. Yes, tell me.
My grandfather name was also Nawab.
Okay, okay.
Okay, sir. Uh, in a situation like you do the risk analysis metrics, and but while implementing the risk response, you found out that the severity of the risk was really very high as you put it in the risk register. So in this situation, like impact of the risk is way higher than you planned. So in this situation, you will go to the to log an issue, or you will register in the risk register.
Good question. Martina, will you be able to see me, or I want screen to be stopped, put me as a pin on me. I want them to see the board. Please. You see, that's how much I miss you guys. The
Okay.
coach. I stopped.
Amar, I
Stop.
want to change you
Stop.
as a host again.
No, stop the screen sharing. I'll tell you. Stop the screen sharing.
Okay. Done.
Now, when you go to me, you will see mute option and three tick, three dots.
Yes.
Three dots.
Yes.
You click, you pin me. There will be
Yeah.
option
Done.
pin me. Okay. Now you guys will be able to see me bigger. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, we still bigger. We still
You
bigger.
cannot see me fat because I have lost a lot weight, but bigger. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So when we talk about Nawab, to your question, this is a risk. Risk is identified throughout the project. Right, Nawab? Okay. Risk is identified, put in the risk register, prioritize. Okay. Now I'm gonna take the example of acceptance of a risk where a risk owner was reviewing the trigger of the risk. Okay. Risk owner, he reviewed the risk trigger. A trigger happened here. A trigger happened. He agreed risk response plan. He agreed risk response plan. No change request is needed because it was already planned. Okay. He will implement the risk response plan. Now, this risk response plan is implemented. After the plan is implemented, we have two options here. Okay. What are the two options? Option one is residual risk. Option two is secondary risk. These are the two options that we have at our hand. Okay, let me just make it small. You can see me, guys. Okay, so we are left with either residual risk or we are left with secondary risk. Okay, in both cases, he should have evaluated it that, okay, this is how much it is left. For example, just for easy understanding, this risk was $1,000. Okay. After the implementation, you are left with $10 risk. That is below your threshold limit. You do not care. Okay. And another example, this was coffee. I need to drink the coffee. Now it still have small coffee residue. I don't think I can drink it. I will left it there. That's a residual risk. It should be evaluated and it should be put in the risk register. That we are left with this risk. We are accepting it. We do not care about it. Okay. Then secondary risk. Another risk is identify. Now coming to your question, Nawab, I have not come and answered your question yet. I'm coming to that. You identify before happening. Okay. You identify this before happening. Anything that is identified before happening, Nawab, it goes to
Risk register.
yes. You identified before happening. Okay. Before. And if you identify after happening, then Nawab, stay with me. If you identify after happening, then
Issue.
Okay. So you identify it before happening, it's a risk register. If you identify after happening, it's a issue. Clear?
Okay, but sir, if your risk response strategy was not good enough, so you will issue it as an issue.
That's again another question. Before I'll answer to that. And this is the most critical point, the question you have asked in the entire risk topic. Okay, I'll answer that also. So far, everyone is cleared what I said on the board. Everyone is clear with this thing. Anyone has a cross question on that? Martina, take a picture of me with the board right now, screenshot, send in the group. Amir is explaining the risk topic again. Those people who will not join, they miss it. And also put in that he's not recording it, so that the people can join. Okay. Okay. So far, anyone that is not clear about it? This is clear to everyone, this risk area. Now comes the problem. Nawab, what you are saying, I planned for $1,000, but when I implemented the risk, it actually became 1,500. Something like that. Right, Nawab?
Yeah.
It became a bigger risk. Again, it is not planned. That 500 was not planned. For that, now I go to issue. That's a problem because it was anything which is not planned, it goes to issue log. Okay. I raised a change request and I worked the sequence of issue. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. That is one of the most difficult concept in PMP. To be very true. What I just explained, this is one of the most daunting concept which people cannot understand it. Okay. And if you understand it, all the 24 people who are sitting in the coaching call, you are among the top 1% who understand this. Even the trainers don't understand. Right? I have so many discussions with the trainers. They say that when a risk occur, it should be put in the risk issue log. I said, why? You have a document that's a risk register. The purpose of that document is to align you, is to provide you all things. If you put it into the issue log every single time, then it loses its effectiveness. Everyone is clear on this? Anyone has a cross question? Okay. Yes, Reshma, go ahead.
Not
Assistant,
a, hi, sir.
I
It's not a,
cannot understand. Speak louder, please.
hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was saying it's not a cross question. However, just wanted to share something which we do in our workplace. That is, we maintain a raid log.
Just a
And
second. Martina, mute someone else apart from Reshma and GH.
yeah,
Yes.
I was saying in at our workplace, so we maintain raid logs. So we have
Rate
like
log.
on an raid log as in risk, action, issue, decisions. So
Raid.
what the
RAID.
raid
RAID.
RAID
Yeah.
log, raid log.
Yeah.
So as you said, yes, like you have discussed it with trainers and they are like asking that should be logged into issue log. In fact, we also have separate tabs for RAID. So yeah, I totally agree with you. Now I
The
understand the
thing is
question.
that if you have a plan for something, it should go according to plan. If you do not have a plan for something, it will go differently. That's why we segregate the things, right? Okay. So I have question. Okay, can you send the question in the chat? Martina, just send the question in the chat. If without plan, any problem come. Yeah, Osman, that is the summary of the entire thing. If anything comes without plan, we go for issue log. If things come according to a plan, we go to risk register. Okay. Martina, go to the next question and you can share it. Martina, take it over. Okay, I'm leaving. You are muted.
I'm supposed to do it from 1:70.